If you've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh as long as I have, you've been waiting, just waiting for Blue Eyes to be meta again. 2016 was cool and all, but that was 9 years ago. Lucky for you, we're so back. Hello and welcome to another Wizard Wants to YGO video. Been a while since I've uploaded consistently, but Blue Eyes is that cool. It's gotten me out of that funk. So we're gonna go over the initial sort of day one build I have for Blue Eyes. I'm sure it's gonna change from week to week as we lead up to YCS Las Vegas, which is like the next big premiere event and an event I plan on being at. So if you see me, be sure to say hello. So we're playing a 40 card deck. We're gonna go over the main side extra. So to start, we got 2 Blue Eyes. We're not playing 3 because you don't want to draw this card these days. You're not playing things like Alternative or Trade-In or Melody of Awakening Dragon, so really a card you don't want to see, but you do need the second one to make some of your other cards live. 3 Sage as the best normal summon ever made. It searches everything. It searches your Maiden. It searches, like you guys know what Sage does. Also, it has the discard effect to target something and then summon a Blue Eyes monster from deck, so don't forget that. Next, we have 3 Maiden. So, self-explanatory, you discard it, places True Light. True Light kind of gets all your stuff online. And then as well, it summons back if you summon a Blue Eyes. So that's kind of how you get to that other level 1 tuner in situations where you need it. And lastly, if it's targeted by an attack or a card effect, you can summon a level 1 tuner or a Blue Eyes from graveyard. So, very rare lines where that comes up triggering it on your own. But just be careful if you're playing against Blue Eyes to not attack into it because you might give your opponent more resources. Still keeping up Blue Eyes engine, we have 3 wishes, just because we want to see that level 1 tuner to get our play started as much as we can, as well as searching a trap. Searching a spell or trap is pretty good too. Then in terms of those spell and traps, we play 1 Roar and 1 Majesty. As well, we're playing 1 Bingo Machine. And you might be wondering, like, why Bingo Machine? Like, such a weird choice. Well, 1, is another thing to search off wishes, which sounds weird, but the search for the spell or trap is mandatory. So you want to include, like, another target, because you go through both of these, and then you're, like, the rest of your wishes are dead, right? So I like having the extra copy. It also lets me hit wishes, because initial testing of the deck without it, like, I was having a bit of consistency issues, seeing the level 1 tuner. So, I think it makes sense. And then lastly, we have the field spell, of course, to search off the Link 1, and the True Light to place off of the Maiden. Moving into the Primite engine. I know Primite cards are expensive right now, but surely they'll go down. Maybe, I don't know. It depends if they reprint them in a timely manner, which I think, given the hopeful success of this deck, they might do. You might not have to wait until Megatons. 3 Ether Barrel, 3 Lordly Load, and 1 Drill Beam. You don't play Primite Roar because you don't want to really summon Blue Eyes off it. You have enough ways, like the Lordly Load, the Roar of the White Dragons, as well as the Field Spell dumping and then the Link 1 reviving. Roar would be good if we had that level 1 normal Spellcaster tuner that the OCG got in like a tournament pack. But alas, we don't, so you don't play it. Drill Beam's insane. The resource loop that sort of like comes from these two is like you get Ether Barrel back in standby phase, you normal summon it, you reset the Drill Beam, and then every turn you have Drill Beam. Very good card, especially if you can hit your opponent's Drill Beam with your Drill Beam. Really good, because you manage to just get it out of the game and you get to keep resetting yours. Next, we move into the non-engine. So we're playing 1 Call by the Grave because things like Droll really hurt, and things like Ghost Ogre on True Light can really hurt too. 3 Veiler because they're searchable and it's a pretty good card. 3 Ash because, especially against Blue Eyes, really good card. 3 Nibiru, again against Blue Eyes. Like there's not really a board you can end on Blue Eyes without like going into Nibiru. Like there are plays you can make after you get Nibiru'd, but pretty decent card. We're playing 2 Ghost Ogre. Like I mentioned, it's really good against the True Light. It's like another answer for Duo Drive against Ryziel, things like that. So then we're playing 1 Bestial Magnemite and 1 Baldrake. So Magnemite, pretty obviously, like searching an Ether Barrel is crazy. Baldrake is just because I wanted something to be live off Hermetic Seals that was able to do something. So that's about it. And then lastly, we have 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence to bring us to that even 40. Next, we move into the extra deck. I hope you like the sleeves. I bought them in Japan like forever ago, and I'm glad I finally get to use them for Blue Eyes. So we're playing 2 Spirit Dragon. We're playing 1 Ultimate Spirit, 1 Light Storm, which is really good in the mirror to pop things like True Light and Primite Lordly Load to sort of slow down the resource gain. Then I'm playing the 1 Crimson Dragon and the 1 Stardust Cipher, Divine Dragon. So the reason for these, you don't go into them that often because it requires essentially using 2 spirits, and then Nibiru just wrecks your day. But if you set it up, like Cipher is really cool because it protects yourself from Summon Off Spirit, it protects your True Light on all your back row against like a Harpy's Feather Duster, as well as a monster negate and a pop. And then you have this as a negate as well. You're gonna have like Drill Beam set up, like everything. Like, I think it's worth it. It doesn't come up that often, but I've been liking it so far in testing. Next in the fusions, 1 Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate. This is the only card I forgot to pick up a rarity upgrade for before the deck came out, but it's okay. And then 1 Tyrant. So the way you summon Tyrant most of the time is you banish Wishes, equip this to a Blue Eyes, send them to grave, get Tyrant out, which is really nice because a lot of cards like Roar will summon it in defense mode, same with Lordly Load. So being able to essentially convert a defense mode Blue Eyes into an attack mode Blue Eyes and get targeting protection for Blue Eyes monsters, insane. Now we move into the links. 2 Spirit, 1 Seal. You need the 2nd Spirit because you can convert your Spellcaster into a dragon and make seals. And then we have an access code package, so Lina, Selene, access code. And the last card being Typhon. Like, I go back and forth on Typhon all the time, like most people do, where either it's like, when I need it, it's not in my extra deck, and when I don't need it, it's in my extra deck. So we're trying it out for now, but we'll see if that lasts by the time I actually get to play this deck at locals tomorrow. Then moving into the side deck, it's pretty basic, just trying to tailor it to the format right now. So you have 3 Lancia, of course, 3 Droll. The Drolls are for like Mitsurugi, Raziel, as well as against Blue Eyes, of course. We have 1 Duroswarm, just to augment if our opponent's on Fiendsmith, play it for Bestial. 3 Solemn Strike for going first. And then we play 3 Metaltronus. Metaltronus is funny because you can, if they have Raziel Detonator, Blue Eyes White Dragon is a 3000 light monster, or 3000 deck light monster, so you can summon that off it. But to make the Metaltronus a little more effective, we're doing 1 Raziel Detonator and 1 Fiendsmith Desiree. The Desiree comes up because it can stop pretty much anything the Fiendsmith engine will bring out. Like, it can't stop if they have it equipped with the sequence, like the Desiree, but you can hit DD Waking, High Caesar, or you can hit the sequence itself, like more defensive play, because the stats just line up really well for everything that that engine does. So that's the deck profile. I plan to play this at locals tomorrow, so I can try and take some gameplay, and be sure to look out for that if you want to see how this deck performs.